Hello and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the video for the full moon in Cancer. This is happening on the 29th of December 2020 at 8 degrees of Cancer. And this is going to be a very profound moon. It's going to be in that sign of Cancer, right, with the moon in its home sign. Incredibly emotional, incredibly intuitive, like an incredibly deep healing energy that I'm feeling with this moon. On the 14th, when we had that solar eclipse with the new moon in Sagittarius, that was an energy that was very much purging and cleansing our mental body, our consciousness. And so now we're having a deep purge and cleansing of our soul, of our emotional energy. And so we can expect a lot of things to be coming up. We can also expect a lot of realizations and understandings. But more than that, I'm feeling a lot of acceptance. So there have, with that eclipse, a lot of understandings sort of came online. A lot of things became clear throughout this final eclipse season, really, starting with the first and ending with this solar eclipse. And so a lot was revealed to us. And now it's sort of like our emotions are catching up to that. We're really sinking into the feeling of that, and we're coming to that acceptance stage. This is a pretty intense full moon because we have a T-square going on between the sun, the moon, and Chiron, with Chiron, the wounded healer, as the focal point. And so when we look at this oppositional energy of the sun and the moon, with the moon in Cancer, its home sign, and the sun in Capricorn, this is very much an archetypal type energy. We have the Cancer energy, which is the mother archetype, and we have the Capricorn energy, which is the father archetype. And so I'm really feeling a balancing of our masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, and also like a lot of deep healing going on as far as our childhood, as far as, because remember, Chiron is the focal point, as far as us learning how to parent ourselves. That's a big energy coming through. It's like, do we know how to call upon our masculine and our feminine aspects of ourselves? Do we know how to bring these into balance? And do we know how to care for and nurture ourselves in all the ways that we need that, right? And so we may be feeling and looking at themes coming up as far as how we were nurtured as children, right? Did we receive that love? Did we receive that care from that mother type archetype? And also, how were we parented as far as the father type relationship goes? Were we shown how to succeed, how to be strong, how to be ambitious, how to sort of work with the external world and really build ourselves up and create what it is that we're wanting to create, our mark on the world, which is very, very much what the Capricorn energy is about. And so it's a balance of the internal and the external, the feminine and the masculine, the receptivity and the action, right? All of these aspects, and how we utilize and call upon these aspects within ourselves, and how we were or were not taught how to do this in our childhood, and what wounds can we heal around that. And how do we heal those wounds? We heal those wounds by becoming what it was that we didn't have. If we didn't have a mother type influence, if we didn't have that nurturing and those qualities, that security that people oftentimes link in with that mother archetype, how can we be that mother archetype for ourselves? How can we love ourselves? How can we care for and nurture ourselves? How can we make ourselves feel safe and secure emotionally? And then on the other end of things, how do we really be that dynamic force in our own lives? How do we deal with all of those external things? How do we pay our bills? How do we interact with people in the outside world? How do we go after achieving what it is that we want? How do we make our mark on the world? And if we didn't have strong energy teaching us how to do that, how can we call upon our own internal masculine energy to show us and to teach us that? And how can we harmonize and heal any wounds that are preventing us from expressing these energies even in an even and balanced way? So it's really very fascinating. This is a big energy as far as like growing up and really stepping into our power, but doing so in a way that is also very nurturing and very loving. It's like, because this is a full moon, that nurturing, that mother energy is coming through even more strongly, although we are being asked to balance that masculine energy as well. And so a lot of deep, deep feeling and healing going on during this moon. It's like a huge cleanse. It's like a giant purge on an emotional level that really helps us to move forward into this new year as far as the Muggle calendar goes, right? This year of 2021, having released a lot of that stuff, a lot of that old baggage, a lot of those old wounds, as far when it comes, especially like we said, to our childhood, to what it is that we did or did not receive as children. And really, that's our empowerment, when we can step up and say, maybe I didn't get this, maybe I'm still not getting this from someone else, but I can give it to myself. That is incredibly empowering when we are able to do that. And that is how we truly become whole. Right? That is how we truly become dynamic, powerful, empowered beings, when we are able to give to ourselves, to notice what it is that we feel like we're lacking, and then find that within ourselves. So that above all else, as well as allowing those emotions to come, allowing that cleansing, is something that we're really being asked to look at, and to ask ourselves those questions and to find where it exists within us. A lot of cardinal energy with this full moon. So it's very much about pushing forward, moving forward, initiating. This is not a passive type of energy. It is a very, because we have that Cancer energy especially coming through strongly, right? It is a very feeling receptive energy, but it's not a passive energy. And this is once again where the feminine is bringing in the masculine. We are feeling and we are intuiting and we are having these tidal waves of emotion, but we are riding those tidal waves of emotion and we are using them, the momentum of that, to create change, to really step up for ourselves, right? This isn't an energy, we're letting go of that victim mentality. This is not like, I'm so sad that this wasn't done for me. This is like, I'm going to step up to the plate and I'm going to take control of this. I am going to do this. I am going to give myself that because I am worth that. That's the kind of energy that we are commanding. We're not being tossed about by the waves. We are grabbing that surfboard and we are riding those waves. So I really, really love that energy. It's very powerful. We also have another T-square going on between Venus, Neptune, and the true node. And so this makes Venus conjunct the south node, opposing the true node, with Neptune as the focal point for this specific T-square. And so this is really, again, when it comes to self-love, as well as when it comes and how that's reflected to us in our relationships. We're really looking at that as well. We're being pushed to fully release any of those past relationships energies, those past wounds, those past ways of being, right? Ways of loving ourselves that we see reflected in our relationships. We're being asked to release all of that old energy and move into the new. And the focal point, the thing that we're utilizing to push us forward, is that Neptune energy, that higher spiritual understanding, that higher spiritual connectivity and unity type energy. So we're really being asked to look at the higher spiritual lessons in all of our relationships and what they've taught us about our own self-love journey, and everything that we've learned that if we no longer need that lesson because we've learned it, we are releasing that once and for all. So this is once again where that energy that we've been feeling of releasing old soul contracts and all of that and taking our power back is coming into focus. That releasing, letting go of those fragments, those pieces of other people's souls that we've been carrying around because we didn't feel whole. And giving those back and taking back what belongs to us because we are ready to be whole in and of ourselves. And we are ready to experience that higher spiritual definition of love. Once again, we are learning how to give that to ourselves. And we are then ready to also be able to experience that with another, understanding that there is no other, right? So that energy coming through very strongly as well. We've got the moon in a sextile to Uranus. And so this is really powerful evolutionary energy, right? Uranus is calling us to evolve, calling us to step up. And once again, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, which is a sign that is also very much about security and stability. So really looking at how we feel secure and stable within ourselves and where we may not feel that and what we can do, right, in order to bring that in for ourselves. And so just a lot of really intense evolutionary energy going on right now. And honestly, yeah, that's, I think, all we need to really worry about or look at as far as the moon goes. And so we're going to pull some cards. And yep, the Black Moon astrology cards do want to come out, as they often do. Clear. So let's get some energy for this full moon in Cancer. What energies are present, are playing out here? Energies present and playing out during this full moon in Cancer. This amazing spiritual detox, this soul detox. Libra, I balance. So there's that relationship energy right there. There's that balance energy, right? The balance of our masculine and feminine energies. And the ways that this plays out in our outer reality. And also in our relationships. Understand the way that we are balanced between our masculine and our own feminine energies also dictates how our relationships play out. How our experiences of masculine and feminine energies in the world around us show themselves to us. And so there's a lot of healing there, and there's a lot we can learn about how we feel about our own inner masculine or feminine when we notice how we interact with other masculines or feminines in the outside world. What do those interactions look like, right? But it's very much about bringing those two aspects to balance, to union within the self, and then also looking at that outer reflection of our relationships and finding that peace and harmony above all else with ourselves. And then we have the North Node coming out, life's purpose. This energy coming through strong, right? And so really moving us more towards our purpose, towards our destiny, towards where it is that we're meant to go. But above all else, this is about the new energy. This is about the fresh energy. The North Node is what we have not done before, right? It's the energy we came here to move into. The South Node is the old, comfortable energy. The North Node is the new energy, the unknown energy that is a bit challenging and can be a bit intimidating, but is also exhilarating because it's what we came here to want to experience. So this is really moving us into a new level of evolution as far as our energy, how we're commanding our energy, how we're utilizing our energy, how we are, yes, keeping our energy in check and in balance and moving forward towards what it is that we're wanting to experience. This is all that cardinal energy coming through, that initiating energy. And then, right, Aries, I am, speaking of cardinal initiating energy, and I apologize for the glare there on the card, right? But there we go. That's it. Stepping into that I am. Who am I now, right? The Aries is the I am energy. Who is the person that I am ready to be? That I am becoming, right? That I am right in this moment. Not who I was, but who I am now. And we get to decide that. So this is a lot of energy of like courage. We're being asked to be courageous. We're being asked to walk through our fears to move towards what is meant for us. And our fears are going, right? Destiny. Yeah, destiny. Right? What is meant for us. Right? Our fears are put there on purpose. Our fears, as we move toward our purpose, as we move toward what truly has meaning for us, as we grow and expand, our fears are naturally going to come up so that we can work through them. That's part of the process. And so if you're moving in a direction in your life and you feel a lot of fears and blocks coming up, that does not mean that you're moving in the wrong direction. That means you are moving in the right direction. That is a huge, huge cue and signifier that you are moving toward what is meant for you, what you are meant to experience, that you are evolving. So take that as a positive thing and call upon your inner Aries energy. We all have all of the archetypes, all of the planets, all of the zodiacs within us, right? Call upon your inner Aries energy to push you forward, to move you through, to allow you to move toward your destiny. This energy is not always easy, right? A lot of our challenges, a lot of the struggles that we go through are what help to create and pave the way for our destiny. Our unique healing process shows how we can help to heal the world. And so we do that first, and then we get to heal. We heal ourselves first, we get to heal others next. And there's always a deeper level. So we offer the healing that we have been able to achieve. And as we achieve more, we're able to offer more, right? But this is the challenges that make us, right? And I'm not going to say make us or break us, because they don't break us. They always make us, right? We have that choice. Nothing there. You are unbreakable. You are an eternal spiritual being. There is nothing that can break you. It is only going to make you. But you have to allow that process. You have to step into that. You have to step headlong into the fire, right? We always say, right, the phoenix must burn before it can rise. And then we have the ninth house, faith, right? So really calling upon that faith. That faith has been building. Faith is not something that we build when things are easy. Faith is something that we build when things are challenging, because it's really easy to say that we have faith when everything is flowing along really smoothly and that's not being challenged. In those moments where it is challenged, when we can still call upon that to see us through, that's when we truly build faith. And then when we see that we do get through, that's when that faith is solidified. So that's the process of building faith, is moving through challenges, is having that faith challenged. If we were never challenged, we would not grow, right? And so really allowing that, this process of building faith, don't lose that. Hang on to that tighter than before. If you are riding these waves, right? You can ride, if you call spirit in with you, you can ride those waves like a champ, all right? And that's what we're being asked to do. We are building this process of faith right now. Our faith in our destiny. Do not lose faith in your destiny, right? Your commitment. I'm thinking of the Your Commitment is Being Tested card from the Monology deck, right? It's like, and its tests sound negative, but it's not a negative thing, right? It's just they show us what we're made of. Our challenges show us what we're made of. So really call upon that faith. Do not let that, have faith in your destiny. Have faith in your purpose. Have faith in your ability to achieve what it is that you came here to achieve. Because you can, and you will, and you are. And then we have Virgo, I analyze. Don't get stuck in the mind. Don't get stuck in this energy. Use this energy to your advantage, right? Use this. I'm seeing these cards right next to each other as that balance we've been talking about, right? That balance between the intuition and the logic, right? The head and the heart. Allow yourself to be guided by both. Be strategic, be logical, be wise, right? But don't overthink it. Be wise and then act with faith. Act with conviction. Right? Utilize those two. This is what we talk about all the time, divinely inspired action. That's what I'm feeling for that. Don't let the mind overrun you. Allow it to come in and serve its purpose, and then act from that place, right? All right. Any other cards wanting to come out here? Saturn return, age. This is that growing up process. This is the parenting ourselves energy that we were talking about. Getting out of this energy of, don't allow yourself to get trapped in the energy of wishing for something else. This is not the energy that we're in right now of wanting someone or something else to step up for us. This is the energy of us stepping up for ourselves. That's the Saturn return energy. That's this coming of age energy. When we realize that we are everything that we wanted from a parent, from a partner, right? From whatever. We are that person. We are that change that we want to see in the world, and really becoming that change, allowing ourselves to become that change. So I really like that energy for us too. I like all the energies for us. I know I say that all the time. And then we have the second house owning coming out with Capricorn I use. So this is very strong energy as far as stability goes, as far as us really building a solid foundation for ourselves in the material world. Really that energy of climbing, right? Climbing that ladder and really achieving what it is that we set out to achieve. I'm just feeling this energy of really making your mark and staking your claim and building, knowing that that security comes from you and you can achieve that, and really just really solidifying that as far as that energy goes, which that's beautiful that we're doing that. And then the first house, the body. So really also this, a lot of really physical energy coming through here. So I'm feeling like a lot of us being called to solidify, to look at how we can, how we are present in our physical world, how we're showing up in our physical world, how we're showing up for ourselves, how we're showing up for our own bodies, how we're really coming back into our bodies. That's an energy coming through. And so it's with this ascension process, we spend a lot of time up here. So we talk all the time about the importance of coming back into our bodies, understanding that our bodies are our homes, right? And it's interesting. It's this energy of I use the body. So that's really interesting energy coming through as far as that goes. So it's like, how do we utilize our bodies in a constructive way? How do we care for our bodies? How do we utilize our bodies? Yeah, that's really, really fascinating and interesting energy coming through. And the first house is also about our identity, right? It's about who we are. It's about that first spark of us in the world. So very much, again, that initiating energy. It's the house that's ruled by Aries. And then the 11th house, friends. So there's a lot of energy coming out here, you guys. There's a lot of energy coming out. Looking at our social networks, looking at all aspects of our relationships, all aspects of our lives. I feel like this is a giant review of so much about what's looking at all the angles and aspects of our lives and really stepping into our empowerment and our ownership of our ability to bring all of that together. It almost feels like. Let's see here. I'm interested to find out more about the body energy. Tell me a little bit more about the body energy. Clear. We're going to pull some Monology cards and see what they say. What about the body? And we have faith in your dreams. You're very close to achieving your goal, and meditate and contemplate coming out for the body. And so I'm feeling this very much as us, that them just saying with the body energy above anything else, that this is about what you physically do in the world. This is like achieving your goals, having faith in your dreams. This is that energy of taking that inspired action, but making sure with the meditate and contemplate that you know what that action is, right? That you know what you're guided to do. And once you know what you're guided to do, to really physically move yourself in that direction, right? This is a physical energy. We're not just thinking about it, we're actually doing it. So that's the energy. That's what they're wanting us to really understand with the body, is how can we are spiritual beings in a physical body. So use that physical body. Use your physical resources in order to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Do not give up on that dream. The faith coming through very, very strongly, right? With all of this intense emotional energy going on, we may feel a little bit almost as though like it's a lot. When we detox emotionally, there's a lot that comes up. A lot of these wounds, a lot of these insecurities are coming up. And so they may cause us to question ourselves, but this is not a time to question ourselves. This is a time to step deeper into our conviction, to deepen our faith, to deepen our commitment to ourselves, right? When it says your commitment, when I had that card flash into my head, it's like your commitment to yourself is being tested. So you can rise to the occasion. And what about this 11th house card? Clear. Friends. Let's talk about this 11th house. I'm feeling the Aquarian energy with that as I look at it, though. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, which is networking and social groups and stuff like that, but it's also that humanitarian energy. So let's see what comes out for that. Hold your vision. Step out of your comfort zone. Once again, that North Node energy coming out. And show the world the real you, and that is Aquarius energy right there. Full moon in Aquarius. Yeah. So this is that energy of really holding your vision for what it is that you are wanting to create. What is this, when we bring this age of Aquarius energy in, right? What does that look like to you? What is your vision for that? What is your vision for yourself? What is your vision? This is Aquarian, so it's collective energy. What is your vision for the collective? How can you step out of your comfort zone and be who you fully are, right? That's okay. So that's what they really want to talk about, is this energy of you being who you are, not worrying so much who your friends are, what they're thinking, sort of what they like, what they're into, what you think everybody wants to see. Be who you truly are. Step out of the comfort zone. Step out, like don't Don't be afraid to differentiate yourself from the pack right now, to really show the world exactly who you are and step into your full authenticity. We think a lot about the age of Aquarius in terms of the humanitarians and the golden age and everybody living in harmony and equality. And I'm not saying it like that because I'm looking down on those things. I'm all about that, as you guys all know. But we forget that before Aquarius can achieve that humanitarian vision and really come together with people, Aquarius has to know who they are themselves. And so that's this first step of the age of Aquarius, is us all learning who we truly are. Us having the courage to show the world exactly who we are, to step into the world as our full authentic selves. And once we understand what we uniquely have to offer, we then understand how we can blend that with the collective, with these networks of people in order to create something. There's a lot of this energy of everyone feeling like they have to be a certain way, right? And we see this in the spiritual community too. Everyone has an idea of what's spiritual. Everyone has a certain way. Oh, well, you know, and this isn't true. I'm generalizing a little bit, and I will admit that, but this is a trap that I'm talking about that we don't want to fall into. Oh, well, when you're enlightened or when you're woke, right? You dress like this and you act like this and you are into these things and you say these things. And it's like, no, not necessarily. It's when you awaken, you awaken to your divinity, but you also awaken to the truth of who you are. Not who he is, not who she is, not what he likes and what she likes and what their vision is. What's your vision? Who are you? What are your unique qualities, and how can you bring those forward into the world? How can you truly embrace that within yourself? So it's a lot of us like stepping and coming into our own with this full moon. Like, it's going to challenge us. It's going to push us. It's going to expose our wounds, and it's going to ask us to step up, to be who we truly are, and to be for ourselves everything that we did not receive, right? If we didn't receive something, that's a great blessing, because that means that we get to learn how to be self-sufficient and how to give that to ourselves. And understand, I say self-sufficient, but we always have spirit. We always have our spiritual team. So we're never doing anything alone. So I really love that energy coming through as well. That is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Any final cards from the Monology deck before we move on? A new start is coming, and you and your loved ones are safe. So that's that Cancer energy. That's that home. That's the security, the stability. That reminder that you are always safe. You are always cared for, right? And embrace this new start. This new start that's coming for you. You don't have to be afraid of it. You don't have to be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You are safe and protected as you learn, just like the reading that came through earlier, the daily reading, which was all about getting comfortable in your new skin. You are safe. You are secure. That's where that faith piece comes in. Have faith in that. Know that. Trust that. Right? You are safe. You can trust spirit. You can trust yourself, right? Above all else. And you are totally safe. It's safe to accept this new beginning. It's safe to step into the unknown. That's what you're being called to do right now. And on the bottom of the deck, new moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. All right, let's get a couple closing guidance cards from the Conscious Spirit deck. Clear. Closing guidance from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. Closing guidance. Whew. This has been a powerful reading, you guys. I am pumped up right now. I know you guys can always feel when the energy gets intense. I am so, this is great. All right. So we have Crystal Ascension coming out. I am attuned to the universal wisdom and energy of the Crystal Kingdom. So use your crystals. Play with your crystals, right? There are crystals that work for empowerment, right? Especially if we look at those orange crystals, oranges, colors that resonate, yellows, colors that resonate with the solar plexus and with the sacral chakra for trust, right? And empowerment, those yellows, those golds, right? Lots of different crystals. Just play around with, what do you feel that you are needing? Are you feeling moonstone? Moonstone may be very helpful. It helps to balance the feminine energies. We are working with that moon energy. So that may be a crystal that some of you guys want to play with. There's all different types of moonstone that are good for all different types of things. Whatever's calling to you. whatever resonates with you, utilize crystals to help you through this transition. They are sentient beings, right? They have incredible vibration. They have a consciousness. And so allow their consciousness to help to shift your and support the evolution of your consciousness. And then we have release. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love, right? Be grateful for everything that you've experienced, everything. Just like we said, everything that you had, everything that you didn't have even, because it's helped to make you who you are. It helped to shape you, but it doesn't have to define you, and now you can let that go. Release all those old stories. Release all of those heavy energies. Release all of those fears, right? Allow all of that to be purged from your being. But always have gratitude for the journey and how far you've come. And then we have crown chakra. I know I am part of source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. So really connecting in with that crown chakra during this moon. Allowing that higher guidance to pour in, right? As we release density, we open ourselves up to receive more light. So I feel a lot of light coming in through for people with this full moon as well. And then, of course, we have the 1/1 portal coming up a few days after. And so we're really making space for all of this connection, right? When we are in this energy of heaviness, it blocks that connection. It's more difficult to establish that connection. So we want to release that. We want to allow that to go so that we can be more deeply connected. And this is just remembering that connection and honoring that connection today and every day. Right? And allowing that divine wisdom to guide you. See how, I don't know if you can see, I know it's difficult with my light here, but there's like all of this. It's like, this is like one of those super upper chakras that we have, right? Above the crown. And all of this energy pouring down into her from there. And so really allowing ourselves to be opened up to that. And to silence the chatter of the mind, so that knowledge, that wisdom can come in, and really knowing and acknowledging and honoring that connection that we have to the cosmos as we move forward. So I like that as well. Any other energies that want to come out? All right. We have third eye chakra. So a lot of high vibrational energies coming in, you guys. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life, right? This is that divinely inspired action. We get those messages, we receive that wisdom, and then we act upon it, right? The key here is, and apply that wisdom in my life. That is what we are being asked to do right now. And then we have number 44, integration. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. Yes. This is it, baby. This is what we're doing right here. So there's an integration energy coming through. We are releasing a lot, but we're also integrating a lot. It's like an integration of, we got the crown chakra and the third eye chakra here, right? So it's like an integration of a lot of these higher frequencies, even that we were receiving through like the 1221 portal, the 1212 portal, all of those energies, right? A lot of integration of all of that. And as we're integrating that, we're continuing to release. We're getting a deeper understanding and a deeper clarity of what is not in alignment with us, of what we are not. Because we are getting closer and closer to understanding what we are. And so then more is being released as a result of that, which is allowing then and making space for even more to come in. So that's really powerful, really beautiful. I love that for us. And I think that we'll pull one Wisdom of the Hidden Realms card to close out here. Clear. Do we have any final closing guidance? Any final closing wisdom from the Hidden Realms? What do we have on the bottom here? Yes. Rest. Yep. So them always wanting to bring that rest in. That's the card on the bottom of the deck there for the conscious spirit. Resting and communing with nature. Final closing wisdom from the Hidden Realms. The crystal ascension, I'm also feeling like the crystalline light body. So as our crystalline light body is developing, playing and utilizing crystals can really help with that. But we want to utilize crystals when we're called to use them. And we also want to trust when we're not. Like, I know when I've been going through specific periods in my own evolution of my energy, there was a period in time where every time I tried to put on a crystal, it would break or fall off of me. And what I realized was that my energies and the way that they were growing and sort of evolving at the time, they needed the space to do that without any interference from any other type of energy. And so my spirit, my energy body was not wanting me to work with crystals at that time, because my body was becoming its own crystal and it didn't want to be influenced by that. But there are other times where I feel really called and guided to utilize crystals. And so I trust my own intuition with that, and I trust when I'm being guided to them and when I'm not. And I don't wear them nearly as much as I used to. I work with them, like I put them on sometimes, like I have one on right now for the video, and I meditate with them sometimes. But throughout my day, unless I'm feeling a real need to be grounded or anything similar, I use them when I'm guided to use them, and then I put them away. So it's like really learning how to work with your crystals, and when they're speaking to you, and when they're wanting to be sort of like put to rest, and really understanding that and utilizing your own intuition as you're working with them as well. So that coming through. And then we have the Queen of Light coming out, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. And that's coming out with the World Lord, communication, praise, and dishonesty. Interesting. So we're going to read from these and see what this has to say for a little closing guidance here. The Queen of the Light is a beautiful ally and comes into your life to herald success in all your ventures. She illuminates the most important steps on your path and reminds you of your own brilliance. You're intelligent and inspired, and all your needs will be met. Remember that you're the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You're on the correct path for your highest good. The Queen also brings you insight into how you manifest your reality in the most miraculous ways. She promises that you'll be shown the next right action and celebrates you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. You've worked hard to come this far. You can be proud to stand tall in your conviction that in your heart of hearts you know the truth of your situation. Rewards for your perseverance and willingness to learn are on their way. Gratitude and acceptance are key today. So really this energy of the illumination and the enlightenment showing you the divinely inspired action to take next, and really having the faith and trust in that process and allowing that to unfold the way that it is meant to unfold. And then this 43 is interesting. So we'll see what this has to say. And this says, the World Lord rules communication of all kinds and lets you know that positive interactions can be expected when he arrives as your ally. He only speaks with positive words and praises all he sees. He reminds you of the laws of abundance and praise. When you bless the world, it blesses you back. Has this not been coming up, right? When you say affirming supportive words, they carry an energy that returns to you in physical form. Remember that each one has power and will resonate into the universe, seeking its reflection in manifest form. Your body responds to praise, as does everything in the world around you. Praise it for its inherent health and beauty. Applaud yourself for everything you do, even as the tiniest accomplishments are important. Praise your bills. Give thanks for the services you enjoy and watch the ability to pay them increase as you align with Spirit's increasing power. This is also a time to remember the powerful practice of affirmations. Write them down and speak them aloud as a spiritual exercise. Say it is so and it will be. It is a very auspicious sign when the Word Lord decides to be your ally. Oh, and I'm just noticing, I thought it said world. It does say word. So this is very much be impeccable with your word. Understand the power of your words and their power to create. And speak always in that energy of generosity and abundance. Pay attention to how you're communicating with others and with Spirit, right? And with yourself. And it's interesting that this brings it back to the body energy too, and the effect that our words have on the body. And this also has to do with belief systems, you guys. So if you want assistance with working with belief systems, please reach out to me. I do some theta healing that can help with that. The Belvaspata as well can be incredibly helpful. There's a lot of different things I can do to assist you through this process and assist you through this time. So please reach out to me. My email's in the description box below. There is also a couple links. Sorry, sometimes it takes me these announcements and shifting gears into that energy. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to donate to my channel, and it is very much appreciated. Like this video if you liked this video. Comment, let me know how this full moon energy, we're already ramping up into it, right? We build, we build to it, we experience it, and really sometimes the event itself can be a non-event, depending, right? It's the building up to and then the sort of coasting off from. So we experience it all as a wave. And so we're already in these energies. Just hang tight, hang in there. Just, there's been a lot of really powerful guidance, I think, that came through in this reading as far as how to navigate that process. And so just really stick to that. This is all about you stepping into your power, knowing that you have within you everything that it takes, really building that faith, building that trust, both in the universe and in yourself, and your ability to be that dynamic force in the world. A lot of healing, a lot of high vibrational energy, a lot of releasing. So just go with it and flow with it, and just allow things to unfold the way that they are unfolding, and be the witness, be both the witness and the conscious participant in that experience. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Happy full moon.